Welcome to The Missing and Killed with Roxanne, where we dive deep into some of the most gruesome cases there is. Shanquella Robinson was born on January 9th, 1997 and is from North Carolina. She died while on vacation in Mexico on October 29th, 2022. She traveled with a friend and 5 loose acquaintances to a rental luxury apartment in Puerto Los Cabos Resort at a resort town of Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. One day after the group arrived, on October 29th around 2:13 p.m., a doctor from an American medical center was requested due to a resident not feeling well at the resort. Around the same time that the doctor was requested, Shanquella's mother, Salamandra Robinson, received a call from one of her daughter's travel companions stating that her daughter was ill and that there was a doctor on the way to tend to her. A video has surfaced which showed Robinson being attacked in a rental villa prior to her death. Dr. Carolina arrived within an hour of the call and found a female in stable condition but dehydrated, disoriented, and verbally unresponsive, unable to communicate, and appearing to be intoxicated. The information that was provided by Dr. Carolina at the time said that Robinson had drank a lot of alcohol. The doctor recommended that she be admitted into the emergency department, but her travel companions insisted that she be treated in the room where they were staying. During medical treatment in the room, Dr. Carolina attempted to give Shanquella Robinson an IV drip when suddenly Robinson's condition worsened. She suffered a seizure as well as dealing with a spontaneous defecation at approximately 4:13 p.m., which was about 1 hour after the doctor's arrival. An ambulance ended up being called at approximately 4:20 after Robinson began having difficulties breathing and her pulse dropping. Robinson then suffered a cardiac arrest. At approximately 4:49 p.m., they tried to resuscitate Robinson, administering 14 CPR rounds in an attempt to re-establish her blood flow, as well as injecting her with 5 doses of adrenaline plus 6 electrical discharges from a defibrillator. Unfortunately, they were unable to bring back any pulse. Shanquella Robinson was declared deceased at 5:57 p.m., according to the police report. The police report, which was done by officers Omar and David of the Los Cabos Police Department, were the first 2 officers arriving on scene at approximately 5:25 p.m. They were briefed by Dr. Carolina, who informed them that the lady had ingested too much alcohol. She advised that she found the female in stable condition but unresponsive, and that she planned to admit her to the hospital. But her travel companions objected to this offer, claiming that the young lady be treated in her room, after which her condition worsened even after arrival of paramedics. After Robinson was declared deceased, the investigating officer notified the General Prosecution's Office in the state of Baja California Sur at approximately 6:35 p.m., once reaching the state attorney Julio Daniel, informing him of the death of a foreign citizen. They were instructed to file police reports and investigation forms before handing the case to ministerial police. The police report concluded that a deceased person, cardiopulmonary arrest, had died of alcohol poisoning, and that she died 2 hours and 45 minutes after the doctor was called to the residence. There were no observations of external or based off this report, as well as the investigations of Mexican authorities, the U.S. State Department in a statement reporting that Mexican authorities said there were no clear evidence that Robinson was murdered. On November 4th, 2022, the autopsy report from a forensic officer, Renee A. Galvin Ozaguera, from the Secretariat of Health, Baja California Sur, was released. The report described Robinson's death 15 minutes after suffering a severe spinal cord injury as well as an atlas luxation, which is described as a discoloration or separation of the skull based from the atlas bone, the first bone. As time passes, Shanquella's family's doubts began to set in. Shanquella's mother, Salamandra, disclosed during an interview with ABC News Good Morning that her family started to become suspicious as the claims from her daughter's travel companions started to become inconsistent with different stories being told. Some of the claims included that a maid found her unconscious, that they were the ones who called the doctor, saying that the apartment concierge is the one who called the doctor, at first claiming that she died of alcohol poisoning, but yet a few days later admitted that there had been a fight, that she was fighting, and that she had been jumped. One travel associate told her mother that Shanquella was found unconscious on the floor. Another claimed they found her in a bed, while another told Shanquella's father, Bernard Robinson, that they found her in a chair. Shanquella's mother, Salamandra, remarked that she suggested her daughter be brought to an emergency room, but her daughter's travel companion stated that her travel insurance was no good in Mexico and that if she was to be brought to the emergency department, that would require $5,000 cash. Doubts furthered when the autopsy reports emerged, showing that the cause of death was from a broken neck and not alcohol poisoning. With Queen City News, Salamandra stated that her daughter's body had obvious signs of trauma: a knot on her head, a bruised face, swollen eye, a busted lip. After it was repatriated on November 12th, ahead of her November 19th funeral service that was held in Charlotte, North Carolina. For a few weeks, Shanquella's family continued to attempt to convince authorities in the United States and in Mexico that their daughter's death was suspicious and that this case deserved further investigation. There was a 20-second leaked video that began circulating initially on Twitter. This video that surfaced was showing a naked African-American woman being viciously beaten by one of her female acquaintances in the bedroom of a vacation rental. Shanquella's mother was able to confirm that it was her daughter that was being beaten in the video. The video showed an enraged attacker beginning to viciously punch Robinson, giving several fist jabs to her head, beating her from one side of a large hotel bed to another corner of the bed, while violently yanking her neck, throwing the victim to the floor, delivering furious blows to her face and kicking her in the head with her knee, before stumbling back to the other side of the room, ending her assault on Robinson. There were at least 2 other people that could be seen present during this altercation. One was a man that filmed the assault, and another was a male capturing the event. In the footage, a male can be heard speaking to Robinson, saying, "Can you at least fight back? At least in some." To which Robinson could be heard responding, "No." This was a clear indication that Robinson was not interested in any fight or altercation. This video not only raised concerns about why nothing has been happening in this case, but also why no one intervened in this brutal beating, but yet chose to record it instead. November 16th, the state attorney general investigation reopened their investigation into Robinson's death as a possible femicide, confirming investigators have revisited the crime scene and collected more evidence to achieve the accurate clarification of events. On November 18th, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI, office in Charlotte, North Carolina, confirmed that it also opened its own investigation into the death of a Charlotte resident. On Wednesday, April 12th, 2023, federal prosecutors announced that they did not have enough evidence to bring charges into the connection of an American woman's death in Mexico from last year. Thank you all for coming by and listening to episode 1 regarding Shanquella Robinson's death. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you enjoy true crime, please don't forget to give this video a like, share it, bring awareness to the case, and also subscribe so you don't miss out on any other cases coming your way. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Have a great one.